All right, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to our call tonight. We're excited for you guys to be here, and this is our sneak peek and behind the scenes of coaching and what the heck is coaching, as we call it. So tonight our objective is we really want to give you insight on who we are as coaches and as people. We also want to give you some insight on what we do. And then also we really want to give you an idea of how it's going to fit into your life if you do when you do become a coach. So that's our objective tonight. And we really wanted to let you know, first of all, that coaching, there's no specific job qualification to be a coach. It's all walks of life. We're all different. We're all different in many different ways. We all have different professions outside of coaching. A lot of people are coaches full-time. Some coaches are also doctors in their spare time, lawyers. We have teachers. We have stay-at-home moms. We have people who are single. We have married people. We have grandparents, moms, dads, everybody, anything that you can imagine, they're all coaches. So it's not just fitness professionals. A coach doesn't look like myself. My name is Joey, and Katie, who is also going to be speaking on this call. We happen to be fitness professionals, but not everybody is a fitness professional. They just are people who are willing to help others. That's basically what it boils down to. You don't have to be a certain person to be a coach. You just have to have the desire to help others, also to help yourself, and then to help your loved ones around you. And maybe that's to be financially set, or to help people live a healthier lifestyle, or to lose weight. There's all different reasons to be a coach, but our objective is to basically let you know how it can fit into your life. Myself, I'm going to just say quickly about me and how I became a coach. I actually did Turbo Jam back in 2005, and I got Turbo Jam because my dad bought it for my mom via the infomercial, and he got sent 2 copies of it, and he said, "Joe, before I send it back, do you want this second copy?" And I'll never know to this day if he actually just bought it for me and he didn't want to tell me that he bought me a fitness program that I needed to lose weight. I don't know. He'll never tell me, but he said he bought 2 by accident. And so he said, "Joe, do you want this Turbo Jam?" And I was like, "I guess." And I put it on, and I fell in love with Chalene Johnson, like most of us probably have. And I started doing Turbo Jam, and I ended up losing 30 pounds. And I was not really into going to the gym. I was afraid to go to the gym. I didn't feel comfortable going to the gym. So I felt better about getting up in the morning. At the time, my kids were small, so it was easier for me to get up in the morning. And I legit went down to my living room and I worked out in my boxer shorts, because I think at the time I didn't even own a pair of sneakers, to be honest with you. So I was doing it barefoot in my underwear, and I was like gasping for air the first time I did Turbo Jam. And I actually remember going outside with no shoes on in the snow, trying to catch my breath. But I did it anyway, and I stuck with it because I really liked Chalene Johnson. Honestly, I really liked what she was all about. I loved the music, and I loved everything about Turbo Jam, so I stuck with it. And because I love the product so much, I became a coach. I learned a little bit about coaching. I saw it on the intranet, on the World Wide Web. And I also saw that someone posted it on Craigslist, which I don't think you're supposed to do that. But I reached out to Janelle Summers via Facebook because she was in the videos, and she responded to me. And I became a coach with her. But it was basically because I love the products. And I became a coach because I love the products, and I want to share with everybody else how much I love the products. And to me, coaching has really made me understand that I can help a lot of people, and that I can just, all I have to do is share my story. All I have to say is that I did Turbo Jam. All I have to say is that my dad bought Turbo Jam for me. People saw a change in my body. They knew that I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't lifting heavy weights. I don't know if anybody knows about Turbo Jam, but there's also Turbo Sculpt. I was legit lifting 5-pound weights. Like that's all I was doing was 5 pounds, but I had muscles from it, but it was only because I was doing it consistently and I was really sticking with the program. So all I did is I said to myself, you know, everyone's asking me anyway, they're all asking me what I've been doing. So I might as well recommend this program to others. And then obviously once you get into this world and you see that Beachbody has so many programs, that you start doing other things like Chalene Extreme, and that turns you on to, you know, Body Beast, and that'll turn you on to T25, and you kind of get addicted to all these programs. And if you're doing it anyway and you're sharing it with the world, that's all you're doing as a Beachbody coach. Like it seems pretty simple. And I really connected with the emotional side of it as a mom of 2. And now my kids are teens. They were small when I first started this business, but now they're teenagers. And because I'm a coach and you do, you know, obviously make money, you recommend products and you make money from it. And because of that, I stay home with my kids. And honestly, I need to, because I'm telling you right now, if you have kids, you know what I'm saying. They grow up like it's ridiculous. Like talking about this right now and knowing that they were so small when I started and now they're teens, it happens so fast, and I'm glad that I stay home with them, and I'm glad that I found a way to stay home with them and not have to go to a full-time job. And now what I do is I'm a coach and I can still drive them to baseball, and I can pick them up. Not, they don't both play baseball. I have a grown boy. I can drive them soccer and baseball and school, and I'm always home. I made a pact that I had to make this happen because I need to be home when they go to school, and I need to be home when they walk through the door. That was like my goal in life, was to be home before and after school. And that's what I do now. And that's because of Beachbody. And Beachbody has seriously opened up a lot of doors for me. And it all started with a turbo gym workout. And it's not as simple as that, because it's still is hard work. And Katy's going to explain that to you in a second too. It is a lot of, you know, there's a lot of work because this is a business, but if you're willing to make this your business, you can open so many doors and you can really make a change in your life just from a video. So if you can change your life from a video, then you can change a lot of lives from suggesting a video, suggesting Shakeology. So it's just a gateway to a better life. And that's about as dramatic as Joey will ever get right there. So, but it's definitely truth. I'm talking truth. So that's my side of it. And that's how I began. And that's why I love this business so much, because of my family. So you really need to take a look at what we're about to show you and the journey that we're going to take you on. Hopefully you really stick with us, and you stick with us on this journey, and you create your own path and take everybody else on your journey. So Katy, if you want to go ahead. I'll stop talking. Okay.
And when Joey says a journey, by the way, she means a journey for the next 4 days, because the group that you're in, no, because I used to take a yoga class with my aunt, and made my brother come one time, and she said, well, let's take a journey to the top of our mats. And my brother looked at me and goes, it's one step. Why do I take a journey for one step? So when she said journey, all of a sudden I had this flashback. I'm like, oh my God, people think we're on like long haul. We're going to be like climbing up mountains. Even though I live in Colorado, we won't be climbing any mountains. We're basically just wanting to share with you a little bit more about our stories. But it is a journey, because if you don't know, Joey and I have actually been coaches for 5 years. I think we both signed up in 2010 separately, but we came together because of Beachbody and Chalene Johnson. Mine started with Turbo Kick. And my big story with Beachbody and what I want to share with you is that I am single and I have a full-time job. I'm actually a pharmaceutical rep, and I've been a pharmaceutical rep for about 5 years. And I do love being a pharmaceutical rep. I think it was a great job for me when I got started, and I learned a lot about quote-unquote corporate sales and how to get your feet underneath you in the corporate world when I got out of college. However, I did get laid off in March of this year, and it came out of nowhere, like left field. It was like, bam, you don't have a job, so good luck. And all it did was gave me a little bit of time to reflect on what I liked about pharmaceuticals and what I hated about corporate America. And also the bigger picture for me was why the opportunity with Beachbody coaching is incredible because as a pharmaceutical rep, I have to report to a manager. That manager reports to another manager. That manager reports to another manager, which definitely ends up leading up to the CEO. And so if you can't tell, if you're not watching the video, I'm kind of making this little, like we all lead up to a pinnacle or a triangle. And a lot of people always look at me and they roll their eyes. They're like, oh, Beachbody coaching, you know, that network marketing thing. Oh yeah, network marketing or MLM. And you're right, Beachbody is network marketing and we have things that are called two legs. But basically what I do as a pharmaceutical rep is I report to my manager and I have to ask him permission to take a vacation day. I have to ask him permission if I want to leave early because I want to go get on a flight at 5 o'clock because it was cheaper to get home so that I can see my family at a family reunion. I remember doing this. I had to ask him permission so that I could leave work at 3, not 5. And he said no. And I was like, I'm going to save like $300 on this flight if you would just let me leave at 5, or leave at 3 to make this 5 o'clock flight. And he was like, no, I'm sorry. I can't let you do that. And that's what it is in corporate sales. Like I have to report to him. I have to ask him permission for that kind of stuff. Now, you might be in a corporate job that you love. And I think that's great. Like I said, I still love my job, but there's tiny aspects that, you know, now that I was laid off and I did find another pharmaceutical job, so I am still in the corporate world and I work both. So if you want time management tips, I gotcha, because I have to do it all the time. But what I wanted to say about the being laid off, it made me realize that with coaching, it's essentially doing that, because if you decide that you really want to build this business and not just help people like Joey was talking about, but allow people freedom. And I'm not talking freedom from financially, because there is a huge financial freedom here, but freedom to be able to choose your own life. Because whether your dream is to be at home for your kids when they wake up and when they go to bed, or your dream is, I want to be able to live in Florida and I'm going to retire and I'm going to buy a house and that's my goal. Or you want to buy a lake house, or you just want to be able to take vacation when you want, that's your freedom. That's what Beachbody coaching is to me, because with Beachbody coaching, I not only get to choose who I get to work with, because I don't present the business just to anyone. And I definitely don't want, once you kind of do a challenge group, or maybe you start talking with someone, you realize that maybe you're just not jiving, or you're not their cup of tea, whatever it is, you get to pick who you work with. I mean, Joey and I happen to find each other, and yes, we're both in platinum presenters and things like that, but I genuinely like teaming up with Joey and doing stuff because we have a good time. We have a lot of fun. You can pair up with anyone across the country. I mean, that's awesome. To work with the people that you want to work with, that you know, not just make you better, but you know it's just going to be fun. Even if it's something where you're like, oh, I really would just rather go to bed right now. You're like, all right, I'm going to get on the Zoom call, grab a glass of wine, and we're going to chat some stuff out. That's fun. And that's really what it is. You get to choose the people you work with. You also get to choose when, because if you do have certain times that you want to go on vacation, you have baseball on Tuesday nights, you have book club, or you have a concert that you want to go to, you can rearrange your life to fit those things. Now, I'm not going to say that you just get to sit by the poolside and drink margaritas and, oh, I'm a Beachbody coach and I make all this money. Like, that doesn't happen. So Joey and I should really stress that if you think this is a get rich quick scheme, or that you sign up as a coach and the very next month, like, boom, like just money's rolling in, that's not how it's going to be. So this is not the right business for you, because this business is all about relationships. Like I just said, you get to pick who you work with. That's our biggest thing as coaches is we focus on relationships. We focus on people. We suggest something only after we've listened to people. We listen that, you know what, they actually hate shakes, so it doesn't make sense to lead with that, but they love yoga classes. All right, let's talk to them about PIO, see if that works for them. And that's the huge piece is, yes, you get to pick when you work, but you do have to work, and you have to put time and energy into relationships, because relationships are built on trust. Trust takes time. So that's not going to work out if you're sitting by the pool drinking margaritas and all of a sudden you just plaster something up on Facebook, but you haven't really reached out to anyone. You haven't gotten to know anyone. That's not how this is going to work. So not only do you get to choose who you work with, you get to choose when you work. And yes, you do have to choose when. But Joey and I have trained many coaches, and we have power hour systems and all that good stuff. So you'll be in good hands. But lastly, you get to pick the products you want. And not just in a way that, you know, as a pharmaceutical rep, you're kind of just given the products that you're given, whether it's diabetes or oncology, or like I'm in respiratory right now. And you kind of like hope and pray, like, oh, I really hope I'm on the good formulary. Like, please let me be on the good formulary, because you want insurance. But with this, it's not just that all the products are cutting edge. And if you follow Beachbody at all, they came out with Shakeology years ago, but they have kept evolving it. They keep putting a lot of money into research because they want to make sure that they're staying true to their brand. And then they came out with vegan flavors. Now they came out with, packs where now there's like 4 different flavors. When they first came out, it was chocolate and greenberry, and that was it. Now there's like 6 different flavors, and it's kind of like you're a little overwhelmed a little bit with Shakeology, but you'll get these websites where doctors are talking to you about the benefits of Shakeology. And that's part of when you sign up as a coach. Yes, it's a one-time $40 fee, and you do have this $15.95 fee every month for your websites, but I don't want to make my own website. I got to be honest with you. That sounds absolutely terrible because I'm not tech savvy. It updates everything. So let's say they do come out with a new Shakeology flavor. I never have to go in there and try to figure out, okay, well, let me go and rearrange my website. If there's a challenge pack that happens to be on sale that month, it's all taken care of through Beachbody. I don't have to have a closet full of Shakeology, because if you are a pharmaceutical rep or you know anything about it, like I have to have a locked door, and I have to have samples, and I have to count them every single day and every single night. And I got to be honest with you, that's the kind of busy work that just isn't that much fun. So if you don't have to worry about inventory, that $16 a month for me is like, I will pay $16 a month just to not even have to count my bags of Shakeology every night. Because when I have to do it for my drug rep job, it's like, wow, this takes a lot of time every night. So not only are the products going to be great, Beachbody makes sure that your websites and all that stuff is taken care of. If anyone's ever unhappy with anything at the end of 30 days, they can get a full refund. And Beachbody asks no questions, but you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. And that little busy work is something that we don't want to worry about. We want to worry about people. Like I said, you get to choose who you work with. You get to choose when, but you also get to choose the products. Meaning, if you love the Ultimate Reset and that's the only challenge group you ever want to do, even me as your coach, like I can't tell you, oh, well, you have to do this challenge group. That's the only kind of challenge group you can do. No, you can do anything you want, whatever your passion is. Let's say you just love Shakeology and you just want to do a Shakeology challenge group. Absolutely. You love PiO, Insanity, P90X. You, again, get that freedom. You get to choose what you want to work with. And I think that's really cool because there's so many people who have a certain workout that speaks to them. And they have a certain workout that really just gets them going, or they really have a certain flavor of Shakeology that they love, and we want people to be themselves, because otherwise, what are we in this for? And having that freedom to kind of help people with the programs that you love, that you like, that you know a lot about, it just makes it more genuine and more authentic. And when you are making suggestions, I don't know every product like the back of my hand. I really don't. But if someone's like, hey, I was looking into Body Beast, and I really want to do Body Beast, what's that program like? I can definitely do my research, but I'm probably going to connect them with someone that's done that program. Or if I have a coach on my team, or Joey has a coach on her team who happens to be doing a Body Beast challenge group or accountability group or support groups that we talk about, we'll probably connect them with them. And that's the cool part about everything that we do is you get to pick what you want to do. But if you join a team like we are, there's so many people on your team, and everyone has their own passions and everyone has their own strengths and the things that they really are passionate about that they're going to share a little bit more. And so we help people out. I have people that ask me about, Insanity or Turbo Kick, because I'm also a master trainer for those formats. The same with Joey. Turbo Jam, she knows it. That's how she got started. People tend to ask her about that. I have different people who really are just passionate about Shakeology. I have one coach does Ultimate Reset challenge groups, and she kills it. She just does. And I've never done the Ultimate Reset, only because I'm too scared to bonk because I'd have to work out on it. But long story short, everyone always asks, okay, but why do you love coaching? And I always say, because I get to choose who I work with, when I work, and I get to pick the products that I want to be passionate about. And then it's always followed up by the next question. Yeah, but what do you do on a daily basis? Like, what, you just wake up and you just go on Facebook and then people just keep messaging you? No, that doesn't happen. I wish. I was not like Joey or Janelle Summers, and Joey just happened to email me and want to be a coach. I genuinely put an effort into relationships. And this is something that on a daily basis, for instance, today, I woke up, I got coffee at 8 a.m. with a friend, and we just chatted a little bit about PiO. We talked a little bit about Shakeology. And she's probably going to end up signing up as a coach. Now, we're never going to tell you like it's a hard, fast sell, like, oh, she's going to sign up right now. I shared the information. I'm going to follow up with her, and I'm going to go from there. Then I ran some calls. I did my other job at lunch. I sat down at a coffee shop, and I messaged people. You were probably one of the people that I messaged today if you're on this call. I was probably at lunch. I sat down at a Starbucks. You know, nowadays with your phone, it's really easy to keep in touch. There's so many apps out there to help you, like Facebook Messenger, email. Then I come home, I finish up my day job, and then I get back on my email and I'm reaching out to people and I'm trying to start conversations, because remember, the number one thing about this business is it's a relationship business. It's never going to be an overnight, boom, success, get rich quick. This is going to be about people. And if you care about helping people, you're going to really love this job, because I always think about it, I'm like, I can help people with my respiratory products. I really can. But this one, I get to live and be interactive with the people that I help, and not just with, you know, the products and working out and making you feel better about yourself. But then there's that piece, that freedom of, yeah, but what could your life be like? You know, if you built this confidence when working out and you're eating healthier and you're feeling better about yourself, think about if you help other people do that too. And you start to inspire people so that you create this life of freedom that you never thought was possible. But even $50 a week, I mean, how much more freedom is that to, on a Friday night, be able to go out and not worry about how much you're spending? Or being able to take, like I just went to a country music concert this past weekend. Like, it's really nice to know that all that is my fun money. And whether you go, you know, to a baseball game or take your kids to a water park or an amusement park, I know it's summer, I mean, all those little things add up. And so, I mean, just that freedom to kind of be able to make those decisions and not feel like it's a stressor, because money won't ever buy you happiness, but it can cause stress. And that is such a cool piece. I mean, we get to help other people do this. And lastly, before Joey explains to you next steps, when you sign up as a coach, the best thing is if you sign up under me or Joey or whatever coach ended up sending you this webinar link, you can outrank them. So like for me, I can never outrank my manager. My manager has a pay grade that's way higher than mine. And he talks to me about how I need to make more money and I need to make more sales so that he has a bigger bonus, right? Well, if you were to ever sign up with any coach and they're at a certain rank, guess what? You can outrank them. You want to be the next 15-star diamond? Doesn't matter who signed you up. It doesn't matter where in, you know, everyone talks about, oh, that pyramid scheme. It's not really a pyramid scheme, because with Beachbody coaching, you are in control of how much money you'll ever make. Yes, it takes time. Yes, you have to actually sit down at a computer and work, but you can make it fit within your lifestyle. Now, that might be getting up at 5 a.m. to do it, which is never great, but it can be done. And I think just that opportunity and freedom is pretty cool. So I will turn it back over to Joey.
Hi. Thanks, Katie. So I wanted to just touch on that ultimate reset thing. Like you said, you haven't done the ultimate reset. I did it for, I think, 6 days, and I ate chocolate cake. So I couldn't hang with the ultimate reset people. So anybody who does the ultimate reset, kudos to you. I couldn't do it, but you know what? That's honestly the beauty of what we do. We don't have to lie to anybody. We don't have to sell anything to anybody. I honestly say, when people ask me about the ultimate reset, I tell them I cracked and I ate a piece of cake. I cannot be vegan. I love meat. Sorry, I can't, it's not, that particular product is not for me. So why am I going to lie and say, oh yeah, the ultimate reset is fantastic? I don't lie about anything. I'll just say that wasn't for me. But I know a lot of people. I have a friend who does it all the time. She loves it. She loves to cook. I think my thing with the ultimate reset is I hate to cook, and it's a lot of cooking is involved. And I hate prepping and all that, but she loves that stuff, so it works perfect for her. Sucks for me. But that's the beauty of what we do. We don't have to love all of Beachbody's products. We just have to, try to help people through it. It might not be, we might not connect with a certain person about a certain product, but our ultimate goal is just to help them, and walk a mile in the issue. So after all of this, you think, what is next? Well, our plan right now is you are in a What the Heck is Coaching Facebook group, and we're going to keep you in that group. And we actually just want to let you know that we want you to stay in this group with us. We want you to give us 3 days. Remember when I said that journey? And then Katie's like, no, it's not. It's not a journey.
Climbing a mountain. I'm like, no, we're not climbing a mountain. It's just 3 days.
Stay with me forever. Just journey with me forever through the forest. So no, it's only for a couple days, but we ask that you stick with this for a couple days because we're going to give you the nitty gritty, the ins and outs of coaching, how we make money, what our compensation plan looks like, what is Beachbody as a company, that they're a real company, and we'll give you all that information in this group. So just give us a few days. If it's not for you, then it's not for you, but at least you looked into it. If you're listening or watching this call, you have some interest. And if you took the time out to be with us tonight, then you might as well finish and cross the finish line and look into this further, because it is definitely, like Katy said, we have been in this for a long time. We have friends that are so successful at this. It's not a lie. People that we can text right now that are millionaires, and it's from this business. So we know this works. Just give us a little bit of time to show you that it's worth it. So stay in the page. That's basically the plan, and then we will tell you what to do from there, how to sign up, and then we will train you. So you're never alone. You're in this business for yourself, but you're never in this business alone.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest part is just stay in the group with us. Give us 3 days. You can ask as many questions, just so you know it's a closed Facebook group. So if you post something in there, only the people in the group can see it. And the more questions, the better. Like, don't feel like, oh, I shouldn't ask this because they're probably going to think it's a negative question. Like, please, I mean, it's a very open group. It's very informal. We'll post something, on Tuesday and on Wednesday and then on Thursday again. And then from there, just know that starting Monday, we already have next steps for brand new coaches. We call it a Coach Basics group. So you're never, ever alone in this. And I think that's a big piece, is that we have a lot of fun on Team True Heart and Team Achieve. And I think that if you just stay with us for 3 days and you give it a shot, I mean, you got on this call because you do believe that there's something more for you in this, that this intrigues me. I think I can do it. And yes, you can do this. We have the systems in place. You just need to know you're not alone. And so stay with us for 3 days. We're excited that you guys hopped on the call, or you're going to be listening to this recording. And other than that, just connect with the coach that sent you this link, and we'll be in touch because we would love to work with you.
We'll see you for our journey over the next few days. Our journey.
Yes, the journey through the seas. We're going to part the seas and climb the mountain. It's going to be like Lord of the Rings. Like,
yes. Our journey through time.
Exactly.
Okay. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for getting on this call. We're busy, important people, so I get it.
Thank you. And thank you, Jacqueline. I just saw you say thank you. That was nice. So, yep, we'll be in touch. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.